Philippines Health and Wellness YouTube channel. Once again with Father Flores,
Yes.
and we're gonna chat now about the Social Action Committee at the Cathedral. Now, I understand you're chairman of that committee. What kind of things do you do? I mean, I understand you were the center piece of the relief for Typhoon Ampong. So maybe you could first talk a little bit about Typhoon Ampong and what you're doing, what you have done with that. I came down and chatted with you in the early days, and I saw the incredible network you had built from one room in the parish. I couldn't believe it in the work you were doing. I was thrilled by that, to see that. It was just awesome. I'd never seen anything like that even in North America, to be quite honest. So could you talk a little bit about the Social Action Committee and your work there?
Okay, so the Social Action Ministry is meant to help our faithful to put their faith in action. So that's practically putting it in a nutshell.
Mm.
So besides we teach each other how to pray, that's liturgy, and teach each other know more about our faith, that's formation. Now let's put them together and allow that to go into reality. Faith in action. That's Social Action Ministry. Now when it comes to our ompong or mangkut operations, well, we were here, so you get to see how the devastation of ompong, the amount of rainfall was too much.
For people in North America that have seen this, go onto YouTube and look at some of the videos about Typhoon Ampong and the devastation in this area. I was shaken to my core. I was shaken to my core to the point I wanted to leave Baguio. But it really shook me up. I mean, we couldn't get in touch with these people for 3 days, and we were in a panic. So just take a look at the videos. You'll see what is happening.
Anyways, so I don't need to go to more descriptions, but just to give some pointers that the amount of rain that Ompong poured down in Baguio Benguet area was equivalent to 2 months of rain. So imagine 2 months of rain poured down in one day. And
755 milliliters.
wow. So everything was,
24 hours.
we were really drenched. And besides that one, a month prior to Ompong, there was a month long of continuous rains. So that really set up things which had led to great devastations, especially in the areas of Togon, Tuba, and Kabayan. Although, of course, the whole of Benguet was greatly affected. However, these three municipalities were greatly devastated because of that. Now, we were one of the first responders. Thanks be to God that the operation center of Itogan was accessible. So we were able to go there the night of when Ompong came, and we were able to see the needs. We were able to ask for the needs, and the immediate thing that they asked was not food, was not water. You know what they asked for? They asked for clothes and blankets. So that's the first thing that we did, because we came to know that a lot of the evacuees, they just came there with nothing
Just
at
the
all.
clothes on their
They're
back.
just clothes on them, to which some of them were soaking wet. So good thing we had some preposition goods. Preposition goods means we were able to set aside certain goods, materials for these kinds of emergencies. And good thing we were able to ask also some good benefactors who were able to give us more blankets, to which we were able to rush immediately that night to Itogon and give the needed the ones that they need. And then following days we did our assessment, rapid assessment. One in Tuba, because they were the only accessible areas. The rest we don't know, because communications were down. The only center, let's say communication center that was working was Globe, and the rest were all cut. But one thing is that despite of that, we did our best to go around, check on what we can, and eventually with the little communications that we had, we tried to inform people outside, informing them our condition, and to which we established our operation center, and we started with our relief operation. And we were grateful because friends, benefactors from Caritas Manila, Catholic Relief Services, and Caritas Philippines, they were able to send certain goods, certain needed materials and financial help so as to start off our relief operations. And that is what we did. That's what we did. And we established our operation center here. And actually, we're not only handling one of the cathedrals, we're actually handling the whole of the diocese. So the diocese is covering the whole of Baguio and Benguet province.
Large area.
Very, very large area, really large area. And so, despite of the large area, thanks be to God that with the trainings that we underwent and we were able to apply a lot of them. And that helped us somehow get organized and be able to respond well to the needs of, as we were able to, as the roads were open, we were able to send a lot of the relief goods. But actually, that's only part. Relief operation is only one part. Some of them think that's the only. But as we go to the second phase, which is the rehabilitation phase, that's the more challenging.
And people often forget about that.
Yes,
that phase.
actually. Because relief operation is just like a band-aid thing. So
Yep.
just give them for the time being what they need.
Get them through the day. Or
A
get
day
them through
or
the week.
some weeks.
Yeah.
But the more challenging is helping them get up on their feet. And to which, thanks be to God, with the trust of funders, of benefactors, of donors, we were able to get some significant amount to which allotting them accordingly would be able to help in several assistance or a handful of assistance. One is shelter assistance. That is, instead of creating a tent city, why don't we give a more dignified accommodation? That's where, since there are some areas here, we were not totally damaged. So, and there are some, market is okay, and most of the buildings are still okay in some areas, to which we can offer rent assistance. So rather than creating 10 cities, and to which actually Itogan has had a lot of concern regarding land. So we were able to ask for assistance in regards to this rent assistance. And then we're also preparing for shelter assistance if they're going to establish their houses. Hopefully that will help out. And then another one would be if ever repair some repairs, shelter repairs. And another one is side shelter. We now got the livelihood. Because knowing that I came to realize they should go hand in hand. Because a lot of them lost their livelihood due to a lot of them are minors, especially in Itogan. So we have to establish a livelihood assistance. So we have agriculture and some small, medium enterprises.
Oh, terrific.
Like mushroom production. We already started actually giving trainings, and we will be providing some of their initial capital just in case for them if they wish to continue. And we're organizing them too. Another one is agriculture. Because a lot of the lower, although our concentration is in Itogan because they're the most devastated, but we're not only concentrating in the most affected area because actually the whole of Itogan is greatly affected, and thus we have to spread the help because a lot of high NGOs are concentrating there too, so we might as well go to other areas.
And as we've seen today, you're also working on education as
Yes,
well.
and education, thanks be to God, there was, because a lot of the families were asking, the mayor was mentioning several times about education. He said, how can we help and how are we be able to help these people? And I was asking around, and we were presenting through social media, through Facebook, and thank you for following us. For those who have been following us, Diocese of Baguio Social Action Ministry, with our updates. And maybe, and some had referred us to some generous manufacturers. We were able to receive a significant amount of that, to which we were able to allow an invitation assistance.
That's amazing.
And thank you really very much. And I guess it's safe to say that the sisters of the Sorrowful Mother, thank you very much for giving us that assistance. And on behalf of the people that we're helping right now, we are very, very grateful. And with that, I think we're going to target around 400 students. And hopefully we'll be able to help them, even just for a semester.
That's great. You know, there's a colloquialism back in North America, and you've probably heard it before. It's easy for people to talk the talk, but they don't walk the walk. What I'm impressed at is you can stand up on Sunday in the pulpit and give a sermon talking the talk, but you're proving now that you're walking the walk as well. And I think everybody in the area can thank you, and everybody that's with you on this for everything that you've done. One quick question before we get to other social activism. How has the congregation responded? Have they responded financially through donations? Have they volunteered their time or efforts or
Well, the answer to your question is all of the above.
all of the above? That's tremendous.
All of the above. So, through our social action network, and of course through our church network, we were able to tell, and even though we were devastated, the area for that matter, still generous people still came, giving what they can in order to help our brethren, most especially those greatly affected. So they gave in kind, some monetarily, some by their let's say their help, by volunteering, just like you. You volunteered, and we're very grateful for that. And this actually uplifts us too. We who have been organizing the things, we get to see people helping, responding, even though just offering simple time, a day or two. We're not really asking for you help us all throughout.
No.
But just little contributions. So nice to see.
Every little step makes a long journey.
Yes, and actually, I really like what we've been terming first generosity blossom.
Yes.
And
yes.
we really saw how beautiful the blossom is, how it opened up, and you can see the beauty of generosity of people. And
that's home.
Yes.
Go back to home.
Yes. And as you get to see that one, you become so enthralled. And
Yes.
you get to be re-energized. You don't have to go far just to re-energize yourself, but just seeing that one and be there, you get to be re-energized. And that is actually helping us a lot. That helped us a lot too, because we are human beings. We can wear down also. But one thing is that with witnessing people extending, some of them were like strangers to us. They just came and I was surprised. Father, can we give you this?
It gives you more fuel in your personal tank. That's what it does.
Yes.
It just rebuilds your tank.
Yes, and it's not only my individuality, but the organization, the ministry, and a lot of our facilitators. I call our staff facilitators. I don't call them staff, but facilitators. Some of them are amazed by how. I said that's why I always tell them to I teach them also that this is not a matter of simply doing things. You have to bear in mind relationship. Let's pray to God. Let's offer our services to Him, and to which hopefully He will continually bless us. And thanks be to God.
Yeah, thanks be to God, for sure. I don't know how much foreign assistance you have, but I just want to tell a little personal story that I shared with you the day that I was here. I want to give a shout out to my union brother in Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada, James Penny, and his crew from World Vision who flew over here from Canada and went straight to the mountain province and showed people how to use their technology to get fresh water. They were here for 8 to 10 days and they did a phenomenal job, and God bless you for doing that. And it brings tears to my eyes to know that Union Brothers from Canada came here to Benguet to help. That was pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. So we can move on to social action in the city because we only have a couple of minutes left before the video runs out. You're very involved in social activism in the city, and I respect you so much for that. You've taken on some challenges just to maintain the integrity of Baguio is what you're trying to do. Maintain the historical significance and integrity of Baguio. For example, the car park. The ridiculous car park that was proposed in Burnham Park.
Yeah.
That's one of the most ridiculous. There are we've talked about it. There are other ways to solve them, easier ways to solve the traffic problem. But just tell me a brief bit about your social activism in the city.
Oh, actually, we have quite a lot. One is to maintain the dignity of Baguio. We say it's a city of pines, and we end up cutting more trees. We overly develop some of the areas, and right now there's no respect of zoning. So, and indeed, there's so many things. And thanks be to God that there are some groups who are one with us, like Baguio We Want Forum or movement, to which it is helping us see what we need to do. Although, of course, there are certain areas still that we have to work on, but that's one. So one is to look into Baguio City's heritage, and we'd like to continue with that. So, example, we practically mentioned some. Another one is the so-called Sky Ranch, which is, again, questionable. There was no due process, so to speak, on how social acceptability. We didn't look into that. Another one is on environment. So actually, nothing against. We need shelter. True enough, but we have to do that properly. We cannot just simply keep on creeping onto our watersheds in a way that we lose water. So we have to look into that. And sadly, there are some we say informal settlers who are actually well-to-do.
Yes, yes.
And that is so sad. No? These people are say they have the means, but I don't know why they have to do that. And people are following their ways, getting land grabbing for that matter. So these are concerns, and it's endangering our watersheds. Our watersheds. And there are a lot more when it comes to social issues like respect for zoning. You place a very noise facility beside a school, or a bar beside a school, and all these things. This is what we call we have to help each other in participatory governance. And of course, something that is quite well known and usually being put into announcements about corruption. So we have to work on that too. And another one is about gambling. You know, I can have a long list for all the social action programs that we have to deal with. But actually, if putting it in a positive note, we look into participatory governance. We help people be more involved in governance, because I think that's something that we have to address. Some of us were too cool. We don't care. I don't care if they put up that one. So
Or I'll vote for who gives me money.
yeah, something like that. So we have to work on that one. Another one is ecumenism and interreligious dialogue. We're not the only faith-based people here. We have to work with each other. So with our brothers and sisters, Christian brothers and sisters, our Islam brethren, our Muslim brethren, we have to also work with other Christian denominations. So, and even other religions. So that's another thing that we have to do. So that's another program that we're looking into. Another one, of course, environment and cultural appreciation. We are multicultural, so we have to help each other get along. So It doesn't mean that we still have to look at tribal affiliation, my regional affiliation, and that's the only person I'm going to talk to. I think that's not going to be helpful. We have to help each other. We have to be working together despite the differences. So diversity, unity, diversity, as they say. And another aspect of our program is also in terms of finance. So helping people deal with their financial lifestyle, so to speak, in order for them to save and all these things. Because usually boils down to that. If we're going to help each other in poverty, let's increase our knowledge in handling our finances. So that's one, creating the cooperative or some financial groups just to help each other learn how to save, invest. These are the things actually that we're doing in the background.
You would have made a great hippie in the 1960s with me.
Oh yes.
You would have been right there. I can tell.
I would love to.
Um,
But we're going to put it in the modern.
in a modern context, because that's exactly what you're talking about. That is that whole thing. There's a municipal election coming up soon,
Oh, yes.
and let's hope that the people that are elected will respect Baguio and the people of Baguio.
And I hope we're actually knowing certain things already about not so good practices creeping in our area, to which it has never been a practice before. But sadly, some corrupted moves are entering into our election system.
Something that you can understand, or I accept's the wrong word, but something you can understand happening down in Manila, but something I never thought I would see here.
Yeah, but sadly, sometimes
creepy.
if we don't do something about it, it would eat us up. So this is something that we would like to work on.
Okay,
No.
thank you so much. You know what,
Thank you.
this has given me incentive to do more interviews like this. This was the best interview I've ever had, and I hope I was okay with you.
Thank you very much.
To my expat watchers out there who sit back and complain about the Philippines but choose to live here, one piece of advice: the Philippines will change you before you change the Philippines. I implore you to get involved. Help the people in the Philippines. Do what you can to help those that are less fortunate than you. For those of you who live in Baguio, contact Father Flores. Offer your time. See what you can do to help. And I thank you very much, and good day for now.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.